Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Horler and I'm here with Vikas Raj of Accion Venture Lab. And we're at Money 2020-2016 in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
How would you describe the current environment for fintech around the world?
I think there's a massive opportunity right now for fintech businesses and fintech startups, which are the kinds of businesses that we support around the world right now. There's about 3 billion people in the world that currently don't have access to adequate financial services. They are underserved in some way. There's somewhere between $2.1 and $2.5 trillion of funding that is currently not available for small and medium-sized businesses around the world. That means that there is a massive market opportunity to serve these individuals and small businesses. There's also an opportunity to actually incorporate them in the financial system. Combined with that demand issue is the emergence of a new kind of supply, and that is fintech. In markets where we invest, like India, East Africa, and Mexico, the mobile phones, internet penetration, cloud computing, social media, all of these kinds of fundamental forces at work are setting the grounds to actually access financial services for these underserved markets and these underserved individuals and small businesses. In addition, the financial institutions, the large existing kind of incumbent financial institutions in these markets are kind of getting hip to this problem and beginning to partner with earlier stage and fintech businesses to expand access as well. So it's actually, in my mind, an incredibly exciting time to be investing in supporting fintech businesses.
What are some of the innovations you see coming from emerging markets in the area of fintech?
There's a tremendous amount of innovation happening in these markets. One thing that's really exciting is the use of alternative data and new data for credit scoring. There's a tremendous amount of people in the world that are credit-worthy, but their credit score is not necessarily reflective of that. More importantly, a lot of people don't have credit scores at all. That means that they're unscored and thus not able to access financial services and a whole host of other services despite their real kind of credit quality. We've supported businesses that help to solve this problem. There's companies that are doing this in a lot of different ways. Companies like Air Labs in the UK are essentially doing behavioral credit scoring online to supplement and kind of complement existing credit scores. So if you're on the cusp of kind of getting a loan or not getting a loan, a company like Air Labs will do an online behavioral interview and potentially put you into the borrower pool. Or take an example like First Access in Africa that uses a bank's or lending institution's existing data, but also mobile data and other kinds of data to improve scoring, create proxy scores, and ultimately lend to underserved borrowers. Another thing that's really exciting, I think, is companies that are helping to solve this SME credit gap. Like I said before, $2.1 to $2.5 trillion of a credit gap for micro and small medium businesses in the world. And a lot of innovation is happening around using the internet to identify, acquire, and ultimately underwrite small businesses around the world. Companies like SME Corner in India, Lulalend in South Africa, First Circle in the Philippines, Confio in Mexico. All these companies are figuring out ways to use new data, partnerships to ultimately serve this class of borrowers.
How are these innovations helping to drive access to quality financial services?
Like I was saying before, there's a fundamental problem here that fintech is helping to solve. And that is that there's an information asymmetry issue. Large incumbent financial institutions in a lot of these markets may want to serve this class of borrower, whether it's an individual or a small business, but they don't have the infrastructure to serve them necessarily, and they also don't have the information they need to actually underwrite in the case of credit. Fintech businesses are coming in and fintech startups are coming in and kind of helping to solve this problem by using things like new data and the internet. What we do is we help to support those kinds of companies, and we are kind of tailor-made to support true startup innovation in the space. We do that by providing capital, but also providing kind of bespoke consulting support post-investment that these companies need to actually scale and try to solve the problem.
That's great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.